Hi everyone, it's Dasher Dave here again, back for another crafty video. So, this is the Grimoire, remember this? So you saw this wet last time, let's just move those out of the way for a minute. So this is now, I don't know if you can see that, but it's got the ridges on it, okay? And this is now finished, this is like concrete now. That's the beauty of making, what's this called, paper mache, is it just sets solid and it's fantastic. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this to here. So I don't want any more layers on here. I'm happy with the number of layers. Like I say, it's got a little bit of flex to it, but it's very much set. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to cover this, and I was thinking, now how am I going to put this together? That's what I was going to talk to you about, because I don't want, so this is going to be the front, what I don't want is I don't want this to overlap the front. At least I don't think so. No, I don't want it to overlap the front. So what I've thought is I'm going to glue it down so that these pieces overhang, so that they don't wrap in, they overhang, and then that way then they can be glued to the underside of here between the two layers, and the same for the back. And I think that's the route I'm going to go down. But I know what I've got to do first of all is I've got to just get this glued down. So that's what I'm intending to do today with you. And I was thinking, how am I going to glue it? Now I think I've decided I'm just going to use the same method. I'm going to. I don't know. No, I see. I can't. I moved from Mod Podge to paste, this flour glue. So I've switched between the two, and I'm never quite sure. So I'm thinking with the flour glue it's going to take a long time to set, and I can't control then how deep the ridges are. So I think I might go for a mix of Mod Podge and, like, this kind of, whatever this is called, precision craft glue, Barely Arts. I don't normally use Barely Arts, it's just it was on offer. So what I will be doing is I'll be turning this bit in, but just not the sides. So that's the thought process of going down. So let's just move that out to one side, and I'll talk about the other bits that I was going to talk to you about. So remember we made this channel, well, I say we, but I made this internal channel. I have put together, well, Brian also helped put together a signature or two. I've actually got two signatures that will go inside here. Now what I've realized is that it's going to have to be cut down in order to fit in. So, but this is the principle. So what that's going to be is that's where the book is going to sit. Now if you look at that, that'll sit nicely, one signature will sit nicely inside there, and I was thinking then if I do two signatures, as if by magic, two signatures, that they will both then sit within that. It'll be cut down this way as well, so that it sits nicely this way. It'll sit nicely within that area. Now I am going to have to think of a way to keep it closed, because I don't want it to kind of just expand too much. And I was thinking maybe I'll put some magnets on it, which really I guess I should have done prior to gluing all of this down. But I did think, now I've got my handy little tool, I could drill some holes to put the magnets in. And I don't know how that will go. I'll definitely have to wear a mask to do that. So what I thought was today I would focus on doing the spine. I don't want people to tell me I'm spineless. So so I think because I want it to set around here, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to use some of this glue. I think well, I'd say I think I'm going to use this glue. Or do I want to use the Mod Podge? I can't remember how quickly Mod Podge dries. I don't remember it drying particularly quick. So, and I want it to be a fairly swift stick, because I won't have any way to hold the paper into here, because it's got a resistance to it. It's got a resistance to want to like spring back into its own form again. So I think I'm going to have to stick it with some glue. So do I want to go down the route of maybe let's try some just some plain PVA. Go down that route, just the cheap stuff, because I'm a cheapskate. So I need something to put it in. I've still got that. I could put it in there, couldn't I? It'll clean out nicely from there at least. So maybe that's what I'm going to do. I don't know how sticky this plain glue is. They don't tend to be as sticky as the dries. What's it called? Dries quick? No. Quick dry? High tack. Goodbye tack. Hello tack. See you later tack. I don't know what it's called, just that. Anyway. So this is a brush that's seen better days, so I'm not worried about this. So this is what you get for this is why there is no planning on doing these videos, because we can learn these things together this way. If I knew how to do everything, it would be a bit I think it would be a bit less interesting. I like people to be exploring when they're trying new things, because that way then you learn with them rather than everybody being an expert and you feeling a bit out of your depth. So hopefully that's how it's coming across to you guys, is that you can kind of learn with me, rather than me being an expert on everything. And I've told you all that I am not an expert on paper mache. Some of you have given me some tips and hints and things for what I could do next time, but you know, and I'm grateful, but whether there'll be a next time or not, I don't know. We'll have to see how this goes. I mean, like that, the top hat that I made was a paper mache project, and I haven't made anything since then I didn't even make it on camera. I just showed it to you. I've not shown you anything else, because I tend to do paper mache for me. But you know, if this goes well and people like it, I might make some more stuff. Who knows? In which case I will learn from your wisdom. The wisdom is one thing I do not have. So the reason why I've only done that end is because I want to get this on and maybe shaped in and see how quickly or whether it works, rather than pasting the whole thing and then finding out actually this isn't going to do what I wanted it to do. So we're going to create that shape. Now remember, it's not going to be perfect because we've got paper ridges in there as well, but we didn't want it to be perfect. We wanted it to look old and a product of its time, and I'm hoping that that's exactly what we'll get from this. Now I just want to make sure that that's going to hold it, because I don't want it to kind of unpeel in, like, turn my back for 5 minutes and it peel itself off again. No, it seems to be holding it. I know it's like not a very tough test, is it? Just giving it a slight tug, but like, so that gives me the confidence to actually just then paste more over here. Put more on. Who are you calling a moron? This is. Don't worry about the brush. Don't fear for the brush. The brush has seen better days. It's already splayed and not doing a particularly good job, so it's a brush that I can sacrifice. I'm not going to do the ridges. I'm going to just do this main bit and then do the ridges separately, just like I did at this end, so I can take some time over that. I'm just going to put some PVA generally down on this bit. And I want to put a fair amount on, but I want it to be tacky rather than, you know, wet. So I'm taking my time over doing this, because I don't mind it going a little bit drier. I just want to put some more under there, I think. I'm just going to put that on. And get that shaped into here. So I am going to have to clip it in some way, so hold it down in some way. I mean, like, this would be easy if I was curling it in, but I don't want to curl it in. Well, I certainly don't at the moment, anyway. I could just fold it in for now, though, couldn't I? That might help. So we want the creases to be visible. I've got pegs to hand as well, so I can just peg it. And what I'll do is when I curve that in, I'll use some stronger glue for the curved in bit. It's just the definition that I want to get on this bit. That I guess I could have used some stronger glue on the definition, but just being frugal, I want it to be a nice cheap project rather than an expensive one. So hopefully you can see those ridges. I can, I don't know whether you can, but hopefully you can. So then now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to peel this bit back, just so that we can get to this end and put the ridges in this one as well. Brian's just arrived and distracted me by buying me some of these. I love these. They're not a UK thing though. They are an American thing, so they're an import thing. So like they're expensive in the UK, but they're like my guilty pleasure treat for myself. I bought myself some for my birthday, and I ate them all. Which is what you do. It's the whole point of buying sweets, isn't it? To eat them. So, but yeah, they're not something you can get in the UK. You can get similar things, but no, they're not as good. So you can buy like laces. They're called licorice laces, but they're not as good. So like red licorice laces, they're a bit tasteless, whereas I like red vines for some reason. And there's another make, Twisters or Twizzlers or something like that, and I like them as well. And then again, they're an American one. So let's just flip that in, and then we'll just shape that into there. So I think I will peg it in at the ends there. So that's what I think I'm going to do. So maybe I should just try and pull it fairly taut and then peg it. And I hope, don't know whether pegs might leave a indentation done. So I could do with something as a cushion, maybe some tissues. Bit of tissue. Hopefully that will soften the pegging. I don't want to end up with, you know, like a peg mark on it. I mean, like, it might still not work, but I'll get a peg and do on this side. Just be careful where I put it down on this, because it's very sticky. I don't want to get tissue paper stuck to my desk. Put that on there, and I'll get another peg, put that on there. I've got one equally balanced either side in the same kind of locality. Okay, so is this the end that it was just wet, just recently wet, or is it the other end? Putting the pegs on, of course, has made it difficult now to put it down. I mean, like, it's got a paper backing, so there's no reason why the PVA shouldn't hold it. I guess I could have used not Mod Podge, not PVA, not Barely Arts. What's the other thing? 4-in-1. You know, my 3-in-1 mixed with the Kalal. I guess I could have used that. I guess I could have used that, but didn't. Obviously. Obs. So what I think I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to cut that. Oh no, you see, I don't know whether I want to cut that actually, because if you cut it, there's a likelihood it might tear. Okay, no cutting, Dave. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to curl this bit in, and I'm going to use some stronger glue for that. And I'm not looking for it to be perfect, because it's a paper mache project. They're rarely perfect paper mache projects. Stop saying products, Dave. They tend to be what they are. If you want to seek perfection, I guess paper mache is not necessarily the thing for you. But if you like that look of you've made it, you can be proud of it, then this is definitely the thing for you, because you can see the handmade nature of it. Right, let's stand that on one end and pull it a bit taut. Not pull it too taut, otherwise it'll just pull out all those ridges. Yeah, that's alright, that's gone alright. That can just stay like that, because then I can work out what I'm going to do with the excess, but that's fine for there. And then I'll do the same on this side. Glue this down, and any bits that I notice that aren't glued, I will glue. Although that glue has done a very good job, really, considering it's very cheap PVA. I'm gluing the cloth, leather, vinyl, whatever it is you want to call it, rather than the board, because I wouldn't know how far up to go up. It's very weird stuff, this. I don't know what it's used for, because it is like a vinyl backed with paper, which is a strange combination. Well, I think it's a strange combination. It might be very logical when somebody says, oh, it's used for. I just wondered why it would be backed with paper rather than, you know, cloth or just left as vinyl. I don't know. Maybe it's just a cost-saving measure. Maybe it ensures adhesion. I don't know. Maybe one of you out there knows. And if you do, tell me. Right, so that's all glued in. Oh, more pegs is what I'm thinking about. Or just throwing things on the floor, maybe that's what I just wanted to do. Pop that on there. Pop that there. I'm going to do the same that side. There. There. Don't think that needs anything. That might be the. Oh, it's an armadillo. I've made an armadillo. I think I went over the top with the amount of PVA that might need, but hey, it's cheap. It's fine. If I'd filled that up with Bailey, I'd been pouring it back. I'm not going to worry about the this PVA. So we're just going to shake that in, make sure it's all completely glued. It should be glued by now, I would have thought, but I'll just make sure it's pressed down. I like the wrinkly nature of it. What I'll do is these ridges, I will highlight them with maybe some gilding or something like that, or I might, do it with a gilding pen rather than actually gilding them. That's if we've got a steady enough hand. But that's going to be like a final touch thing. Right, okay, so I'm happy with that. We're going to move that to one side because I'm kind of happy with that. The one thing that we do need to do is I haven't done anything to the back board. So you remember I've made the front board. So that's the front. I haven't done anything with the back, so maybe that's what we should do next, is the back. So one of the things is I couldn't decide what I wanted on the back of here, what kind of texture I wanted. So let's get the hot glue going. And I still don't know. I know I don't want it as intricate as that. I'm going to go with something like this. It's not perfect. I will try and make it more perfect when I'm actually making it. So what I was planning to do was just go for it, I think, is what I was planning to do. So move the kickstand out of the way. So you have to start somewhere, you have to commit, Dave. I'm going to stop there and put the string down. I don't know if I've got enough string, that's the only problem. Especially of this wider stuff. Oh, and I don't want to let that dry. Maybe just go with it and just say no idea what I'm going to eat tonight, so I don't know why I'm talking about this now, simply because I'm killing time. So so we want it to come kind of to there, don't we? And then back up that way. Yeah, that'll do. So where did I want it to come to, Dave? To there. To here, Dave. So you just have to move your finger out of the way, otherwise you're going to get hot glue in it, Dave. So bring that down to there. I'll just let it sit. La 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 la. that really hurt, 'cause it's still hot. Ow, it's still hot, Dave. Stop doing that. Stop doing it, Dave. So then this piece up to here, up about there. Oh, Dave, that is a terrible wonky line. At least the taut string will make it straight, but just stuck it in the glue again. What is your problem? I don't know. It's because I keep trying to dab it down. Everything's getting covered in glue now. There might be a bit of picking of glue off. So I think maybe this is going to be a two-parter doing this. Or what I'll do is you can watch me burn myself and do this. And then we'll come back and I will have covered it in paper mache. Because otherwise it's going to have to dry. Well, I guess the hot glue will dry fairly quickly anyway. So it does, Dave. It's not guessing. You know that. Now the thing is that I haven't thought about. Oh, get off me! I haven't thought about how it's going to cross, because I don't really want it to cross over itself. I'm not going to have enough roundy, 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 bloody blah, downy, down, uppy, up, downy, roundy. Oh, it's going to be tight, but I think we might be able to do it, folks. So what I'm thinking is, that needs to be cut, doesn't it? So that it can be there, I think. But I will do that bit last, because I want to see where these bits butt up to. I don't want to put that on and then these don't line up with it. So, right, one of the things I do want to do is just cut this bit off. And then just peel it up. Easier to do now than later, especially as it's slightly pliable. Take that off, get the string out of the way. Hopefully nobody's disappointed that I'm not sat here saying this is how you do it, and that I'm doing it with you rather than telling you in an informed way, because everybody else I've watched does it with a very informed way, and sometimes it just comes across as a little bit patronising when people say, you know, that they're a paper mache expert. I've got a degree in paper mache. They don't say that they've got a degree in paper mache, but that's me being facetious. Yeah, just going to get rid of those extra squeezed out bits, so it got a bit more definition to it when we put the stuff on it. There's a bit there that I want to get out. Again, something that I learned from doing the front, really. Yeah, that's all right. That's not too bad. It's not perfect, I know, but you know, it's mine. It's not even glued down there, but like, oh dear. Just a tiny bit, because I could always, if I have to, I could always just heat it up to roll it into. Yeah, so oh, this is not, everything's now covered in hot glue, Dave. everything that you don't want covered in hot glue is covered in hot glue. Okay, so hopefully I have enough for this. And go to that bit where it goes straight. Put this on there. Try not to dip your finger in it more than you need to, Dave. Up to there. Okay, so that's that bit. And then I'm going to go up to there. And I'm going to cut it off there. Oh. Thank you, Brian. Brian's just brought me some tea. And hopefully that's going to be long enough. Now you've cut it, Dave. In fact, it's a tiny bit too long. Yep, that's going to go up to there. So that's just going to be, move the stand out of the way, line of glue as straight as possible, as straight as you can possibly achieve, Dave. Oh, Dave, stop touching the hot glue. This is going to be tight, 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 very tight. Oh, it's gonna. If I can do this, it'll be a miracle with the bit of string that I've got left. I'm going to do this end. First, loads of that. You know, the webby bit that hot glue leaves. Oh, Dave, the glue's drying before you can get your fingers to work. There we go. So that's going to go up to there. Look at that. How close is that going to be? Going to be very close. Just going to cut that there. Hopefully it isn't too short again. Yep, that's not too short. Is it too long like it was last time? No, it's fine. Brilliant. Okay. So then, oh, hang on. I've got to think about the straight line, because that line that I've drawn is not straight, and I want to kind of get it as straight as possible. So it's going to be going kind of that direction, really. Turn over that. Take this. Pull it taut. Take that blob off it. Oh, actually, pulling it taut does make it a little bit too long. Sorry, Tim Holtz, using your scissors in a way not befitting of their stature. It's a little bit messy there. Might need to infill with a bit of loose fibres. I think I might have cut it down a little bit too much. That's fine though, that'll do. And then it's going to be that bit. So it's going to look like it's a continuation up to there and down to there. Can I cut this off at an angle? Will it make any difference? I don't know. Tune in next week when we will find out the answer. No, don't tune in next. Well, no, maybe do tune in next week, but like you don't have to tune in next week to find out the answers. You'll find out now. I'm going to do that. Use the angle at which I've just cut that to go up to there. And is it there that I've got to come down from? Yes, and it's going to come down to there. There's probably way too much engineering going into this, I realise. Again, cut that out at an angle so that it hopefully meets that piece of string there. Pop that back over there. Pull that taut, put it, line it up with there. Take that bit of excess glue out of that triangle. Oh, sorry, got a very rumbly tummy, so if you just heard my stomach rumble, I apologise. It's the anticipation of the red vines. And that's what I got left, so how close was that? So, a little bit messy with the glue, but I don't think it's too bad. Like I say, the glue can be cut away. I think the fact that we've got the shape in, glad I didn't go for initials. I mean, I guess you could say that these are either two interlocking V's or two interlocking A's, or I don't know. Or they could just be a pattern, which is what they're supposed to be, just a pattern. Or you could say that there were two W's. That one, and then that one. No, sorry, that can't do a W upside down, Dave. There might be two interlocking W's. So, next thing I'm going to do, while we're just, I'm going to unplug the hot glue before you leave me today. I am just going to paint over these with some just general PVA, because that's what we needed to do last time. Is the PVA just stopped it from being soaking in, and therefore the paper mache not sticking is what we had the problem with last time. But just I found brushing it over with a bit of PVA helped, which is what we'll do. We'll do that together, because that needs to dry before I can really go ahead and put on the paper mache. It's the crossover bit that's just a little bit, might lack a bit of definition, but it's not horrible. So just might as well use this PVA up as well. So that brush, I feel do feel a little bit sorry for it, although I do know that it has already been abused, so it's had stuff left to dry on it, so it's not the best of brushes. That's a little bit too much, Dave. Good job you're leaving it to dry. Also, I used a thinner brush last time, but I have no idea where that's gone. I washed it, put it somewhere, no idea. There we go. So, yeah. So that's what our back's going to be. I'm not sure whether it's right in the middle, but it's not worrying about it. It's just, it is what it is. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this with paper mache, and then I will come back to you when it's covered. So, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to do the covering. I might just leave the camera rolling and see whether I want to include some of that footage, or not, but one way or the other, hold fire, because it'll either come back and it's dry, or come back and it'll be wet. And when I say come back, you're not actually going anywhere, because I'll have done the editing. So I am now going to get the paper mache sorted. So still got all the bits from last time. So yeah, I'm just gonna get cracking. I don't know whether I'm going to bother leaving it to dry. I'm just going to do it. So fools rush in where angels fear to tread. Where's the board that I need? There's me sticky board. So yeah, this is seeing better days, but hey, there we go. So like I say, just going to leave the video running, and you know, I'll see you back here one way or the other. So this is now it finished. All I've done is I've put 2 layers on, and I've kind of wrapped it round the back, and I put it onto some. This is just the stuff from cereal packet. It's just the inner of the bag from the cereal packet, because it's nice and non-stick. It's great. It'll dry nicely on there, and that's it. So that's the back. So next time first of all, I'm going to have to make some more flour glue, because I have run out, and also I run out of flour. Well, I've got a tiny bit, but I'll need some more to be able to make some more. Really do like making it with the flour glue. I've got to say, it's my favourite version. I would say, sorry, I'm just trying to sit down. I thought I was going to stand, but I'll sit. I would definitely say that I like the texture of it. I think it picks up more of a texture, and I think it's easier to work with. Although it does get sticky, it's nowhere near as sticky as just using the glue version. So I much prefer this. And I think it just gives it a bit more dimension. It sets a bit harder, so it sets a bit firmer. It means that you get the more definition to it. Anyway, just a personal preference. And I have to say, I am absolutely loving playing with paper mache. So I think I'm going to have to do some more paper mache projects, because I am loving it. So anyway, folks, that's it. So I shall stop waffling. I will see you in the next video. I'll see you for something else during the week, but then I'll catch you again next Friday, doing some more of this. But if you want to watch just general crafty stuff, I upload on a Monday, Wednesday and a Friday every week. And yeah, so I'll see you next time. Take care, folks. Lots of love. Lots of hugs. And don't forget, I love you all without exception, until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. And I'm going to go and have something to eat now, and also pick the bits. I did wash my hands, but yeah, not brilliantly, obviously. Okay then, folks. Take care, folks. See you soon. Bye. Bye.